It's a beautiful day here in Virginia. It's mid-October. I'm riding my motorcycle out in the country, and I thought I'd stop here to introduce our next video. Basically, what we're going to be talking about is the Ten Commandments of God. Now, you don't hear much about the Ten Commandments anymore. And why is that? Why do people say that the Ten Commandments have been done away with? And why do people say that only certain commandments are for Christians and the rest are for the Jews, and that they don't apply to anybody else? So what we're going to do is look into God's Word using our basic Bible study guides that we've talked about already, and to see what the Bible has to say about the Ten Commandments. Are they still applicable to today? Are they for the Jews only? And what do the Ten Commandments have to do with Bible prophecy in Daniel and Revelation? And see what difference the Ten Commandments still makes in our lives today.
The Ten Commandments are found in the book of Exodus, chapter 20. And we're going to be going through them one by one. We're going to be starting with the first commandment. It says this: "And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Now let me ask you a question. Is this commandment for the Jews only? And the day we live in today, do churches teach that this commandment has been done away with? That you should not have any other gods before me, or that it's okay to? I know of no church, no denomination that teaches this. So why do people say the commandments have been done away with? Let's go on to the second commandment. It says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments." Again, let me ask you a question. Is this commandment for the Jews only? That you should not bow down to any graven images? I don't know of any church that teaches that. Do Christian churches say that this commandment's been done away with? Well, actually, there is one denomination that has done away with this commandment. And we'll get into that in one of the next videos that we're going to do on the Ten Commandments. But other than that one denomination, I know of no church that says that this commandment has been done away with. Okay, let's go on to the third commandment. "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain." Again, let me ask the same two questions. Is this for the Jews only? I don't know of any church that teaches that this commandment, the third commandment, is for the Jews only. Are there any Christian churches that teach that this commandment's been done away with? I know of none. Let's go on to the fifth commandment. It says, "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee." Again, the same two questions. Is this commandment for the Jews only? And again, I know of no church that teaches that. Is this commandment been done away with? Again, I don't know of any Christian church that teaches that this commandment's been done away with. So again, I ask, why do people say that the Ten Commandments have been done away with? Let's go on to the sixth commandment. "Thou shalt not kill." Is this commandment for the Jews only? Or is there a Christian church that teaches that this commandment's been done away with? Again, I don't know of any that teach that this is for the Jews only, or that this commandment's been done away with. The seventh commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery. Is this for the Jews only? And are there any Christian churches that teach that this commandment has been done away with? Well, officially, I don't know of an affirmative answer for either one of those questions, but in the day that we live in, it's pretty commonplace. The eighth commandment, thou shalt not steal. Is this for the Jews only? And do you know of any Christian church that says this commandment's been done away with? Again, I don't know of any. The ninth commandment, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Again, is this for the Jews only? And is there any Christian church that teaches that it's okay to lie? And again, I don't know of any that officially teach that. The 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Again, let me ask you those two questions. Is this for the Jews only? And is there any Christian church that you know of that teaches that this commandment has been done away with? I don't know of any. So then why do people say that the 10 Commandments are for the Jews only, or that the 10 Commandments have been done away with? You say, well, wait a minute, you missed one. And yes, I did. It's the 4th commandment. It starts out with the word remember. Interesting that it starts out with that word because so many people have forgotten it. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Okay, let's ask those two questions. Is this for the Jews only? Many Christian churches teach that. Has this commandment been done away with? And again, most Christian churches teach that. Why? Why do they pick this one commandment out of the 10 and say this one's been done away with, or it's for the Jews only, where the rest of the other 9 commandments are still in place? Let's look at where the Sabbath started. We go to the book of Genesis, chapter 2, and let's read verses 1 through 3. And the heavens and the earth are finished, and all the host of them. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which God created to make. This is the importance of the Sabbath day, of the 4th commandment. It recognizes God as the creator of the earth, and as creator, he has the right to be worshipped, and he has the right to be obeyed, because he has created us. And when people say that this commandment doesn't apply, or that it's for the Jews only, in essence, they are denying God his rightful place as the creator of the heavens and the earth. Let's look at some text in the Old Testament, starting with Jeremiah 10, verse 10. But Jehovah is the true God. He is the living God and the everlasting King. At his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to stand his fury. So you shall say to them, the gods who have not made the heavens and the earth, they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. He has made the earth by his power. He has established the world by his wisdom, and has stretched out the heavens by his judgment. When he utters his voice, there is a noise of many waters in the heavens. He causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He makes lightnings with rain, and brings forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is stupid for the lack of knowledge. Every refiner is put to shame by the graven image, for his molten image is a lie, and no breath is in them. They are vanity, the work of delusion. In the time of their judgment they shall perish. Again, this acknowledges God as the creator of the heavens and the earth. And because of this, it is right to worship him and serve him and be obedient to him. Again, that's what the fourth commandment does. It recognizes him as the rightful creator of the heavens and the earth. Isaiah 45, verses 18 through 22. For so says Jehovah, the creator of the heavens, he is God, forming the earth and making it. He makes it stand, not creating it empty, but forming it to be inhabited. I am Jehovah, and there is no other. I have not spoken in secret, in a dark place of the earth. I did not say to the seed of Jacob, seek me in vain. I, Jehovah, speak righteousness. I declare these things that are right. Gather yourselves and come. Draw near together, escaped ones of the nations, those who set up the word of their graven image, and those that pray to a God that cannot save. They know nothing. Declare and bring near. Yea, let them take counsel together. Who has declared this of old? Who has told it from then? Is it not I, Jehovah? And there is no other God besides me, a just God and a Savior. There is none besides me. Turn to me and be saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God and there is no other. Again, that fourth commandment is recognizing God as the God and creator of the world and the universe, and that there are no other gods besides him. Yet people say this is only for the Jews, or that this commandment has been done away. But there's no evidence in the Bible that dictates that. This is Jesus in Matthew 22, and this is his interaction with the Pharisees in verses 34 through 40. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Notice they're trying to find something wrong, something to use against Christ. And the Sadducees had failed to do that. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Now notice what the question is. Which is the great commandment in the law that already exists, speaking of the Ten Commandments? You notice what he didn't ask is, Jesus, do you have some new laws for us? Have you done away with the Ten Commandments? He didn't ask that. He just said, what is the greatest commandment in the law? And Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. He's saying on these two commandments, to love God and to love your neighbor, are the basis of all the other commandments. You notice he doesn't say here, well, let me tell you something. I decided to change God's law. I'm going to do away with it, and you just need to worry about these two things. This would have been a great opportunity for Jesus to plainly speak those words, but he doesn't. What he's doing here is quoting the Old Testament. In Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 through 9, it says, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. Moses is writing that, and he's saying, keep this commandment in your mind at all times. Keep them in front of you. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. And this is what Jesus is quoting. Leviticus 19:18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Jesus is simply quoting the Old Testament, that they should love God, which is the first and greatest commandment, and the second one is thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. He is summing up the first 4 commandments in the message, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. And he's summing up the last 6 commandments when he says, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. He's not doing away with them. He's holding them up for everybody to see. This is what Paul says in Romans 13. He says, owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another has fulfilled the law. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, which he's forgetting the 5th one, honor thy father and thy mother, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law. He's just simply saying, thou shalt love thy neighbor yourself, is really just an overview of all of these commandments that affect how we treat each other, from the 5th commandment to the 10th. He's doing the same thing Christ did. He's holding this up for people to follow. The 10 commandments haven't been done away with. The first 4 show your love and honor and commitment to God. The last 6 show your love for your neighbor. It's that simple. This is Jesus' words in Matthew 5, verses 17 through 19. Think not that I have come to destroy the law. Can that be any more clear? Or the prophets? I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill, to keep the law, to show you how it's done, to talk to you and teach it to you. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till it all be fulfilled. Well, as far as I know, the heaven and the earth has not passed away yet, so the law is still in effect. Whosoever there shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. I invite you to study these things for yourself. It's clear that the Bible has not done away with the 10 Commandments. They are still in effect. The 10 Commandments are for our own benefit. It teaches how we can relate to God, or how we should relate to God, and how we should relate to each other. It's just that simple. Christ never did away with them, and no other apostle in the Bible has done away with them either. We're going to continue our study and investigate this further. And at some point, we're going to get to the part where we look at what the 10 Commandments have to do with the books of Daniel and the books of Revelation. I'm going to leave you with some video of my motorcycle ride that beautiful fall day in Virginia. May God bless you as you continue to study His Word.